too bright outside, 'cause I'm low on the phone, you say. So I talk till I drop, you say, how could I have a heart made of stone? Why you? Oh, when we synchronize, it's exactly what I thought and I fantasized. Playing games with my mind, making us collide. And we know how it goes when we're out at night. And I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. When you patronize, feel so satisfied. When I dig in the dirt, you're in paradise. And I know that you know I can sleep at night. Oh, and you're by my side, and it's smooth how you move, 'cause I'm petrified. Setting traps in my head, messing with my mind. When you talk, but I know you're lying. And I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. Why you so icy cold? My tears can't drip. Sitting awake alone, tattoos I miss. If I was to call your phone, I know you'd click. Baby, can I have the throne? I call it quits. You can even have my car, I don't need it. I've been inside my room since you left it, thinking about the place where we first kissed. Oh, and I don't know how we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold. How we make it out when we make out on the low. Even if it rains, you'd rather make it snow. Both you and me know we gotta let it go. Laying on the ground, wondering why it's so cold.
This next question is based on probably one of the best basketball movies of all time, Hoop Dreams. High school standouts William Gates and Arthur Agee were coached by Gene Pingatore, who also coached which NBA Hall of Famer?
Was it Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, or Isaiah Thomas?
This is a tough question. I actually didn't know this one.
I didn't know it either, but now we know.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. What a fantastic look at the skyscrapers that make up the skyline here in the Cradle of Liberty. We're coming to you from Philadelphia. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, some people called on Joel Embiid to be more aggressive. The process accepted that with humility, saying, I want to be great, and it's only right for people to expect me to drop 35 a night. At the same time, he said, I'm not a selfish player. If the defense double teams me, it's about making the right play. Kevin?
David, he is showing that maturity. Thanks for that report. So the New York starting five, they've got Barrett. Julius Randle is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Mo Harkless, and it's Peyton in at the point. And for Philadelphia, The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Randall with the bucket.
Tremendous court awareness by Payton.
Now the 76ers with it. Here's Simmons, and there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Randall.
And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Payton with the ball, and it's Horford picking him up, and stolen by Horford. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
You know, what touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control even when facing physical contact.
And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks. The pass to Barrett. Harkless with it. Gibson looking it over. Inside. Randall passes to Gibson. 5 to shoot. There's the triple. No good that time. And Philadelphia the other way now. Embiid from outside. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And, you know, when Embiid is knocking it down with consistency from there, watch out. He's got great touch.
Simmons against Payton. Dishes to Randall. To the paint. It's deflected. Here's Gibson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there. That's the first miss for this offense. They've hit 3 or 4 to start.
Pass to Payton. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Seeing the defense was staying off of him that time. Payton fully aware of the opportunity.
Oh,
my
great
goodness! That was special.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
Here's Simmons, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Excellent concentration that time by the 6'10" Simmons. Very good at completing these chances despite the defense's best efforts.
You know, people have talked about Julius Randle's game. He's a power driver, isn't he, Greg? I mean, the guy just bulldozes all the way in.
I like that phrase, Kev. You know, very fluid for his size. A pretty good ball handler and passer. I think his shooting is where he's still filling in the gaps.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Tipped away. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. Knicks trail by 3. Payton the bounce pass. Passes it to Barrett. Over Richardson. Barrett, no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. And it's Simmons. Oh, what a play!
When Simmons is driving inside, I'm telling you, he's going to sky up for the flush. Getting to the bucket in no time.
And so Payton will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Pass to Barrett. Back to Payton. Lots of room. It's hauled in by Harris.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Basket good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And he recovers it. Barrett against Horford. Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Here's Simmons. Knocked loose. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
He feeds it to Randall. And it's sent back by Horford. And he gets it back. Randall with the bucket. Philadelphia with the ball. 3-point lead. The drive.
Oh! Yes, sir! Come on, bring it! And, you know, this is why Simmons is an all-star caliber player, guys, because he has the ability to dominate games.
Payton against Simmons. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Richardson for 3. Nailed from 3-point land.
Boy, Richardson's got a really good all-around offensive game, and he can dial it up from deep, too.
Knocked away. The pass to Randall. They double him with Horford. Payton outside.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Here's Harris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Tobias Harris, a crusader for a cause that isn't talked about too much. He has a huge concern about sleep deprivation and the effects it has on athletes.
Yeah, you know what, Greg? While it's not talked about a lot, it is gaining ground in all kinds of circles, particularly in the world of sports, the whole sleep deprivation idea. And Harris is a guy who's conscientious and thoughtful. I love the fact that he's bringing this to his teammates' attention because it's critical. And he's certainly passionate about it. We'll see how much wind it gets with him speaking up on it.
And he makes the first.
Tell you what, fellas, I mean, an outstanding stretch for Harris has been awesome at adding pieces to his game over time, specifically that 3-point shot.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Robinson's checked in for Gibson, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Harkless. And Harris drops them both. Here's Payton. He has 5. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Harris. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Knicks trail by 12. Pass to Barrett to halt the run. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
And he gets it to go.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Randall. No good that time. Good work defensively by Horford. Philadelphia leading by 14. And it's Simmons penetrating. Shoots from 8. Nails the baby hook. Embiid's got 7 points in the game.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now Payton, he has 5. Randall kicks to Barrett. Pass to Payton. Here's the 3. Horford with the rebound. And so Horford will bring it up for the 76ers. It's an 18-point game. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Mike Scott's checked in for Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for Harris. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Simmons. The Knicks also changing it up. Portis, he's checked in for Randall. Kevin Knox comes in for Barrett. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Philadelphia leading by 19 points. From deep, Richardson traps in the tray. Richardson's got 9.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And there's the pass to Robinson. Out to the wing, to the inside. Ntilikina banked in off the glass. Ntilikina's got his second bucket.
And Ntilikina is skilled, really skilled at getting good position in the post. I mean, he uses his quick instincts and understanding of the positioning to score inside.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
The 76ers leading by 20. Here's Richardson. Robinson against Horford. The shot, no good. And New York will come the other way.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Philadelphia.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Free throw, good. Portis. And the 76ers making a change here. Burks is checked in. Both good from the line that time. The 76ers leading by 18. Pulls from the top of the key. That's good on the jump shot. New York's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Lobbed up there for Robinson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
You know, that's what you love about Ntilikina. I mean, very unselfish and constantly looking to set up his guys.
Fires, high post. Burks can't get it to go.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Fires from 18. Poke loose. Here's Scott. Robinson with the block. Ntilikina looking it over to the middle. Here's Portis, and Portis throws it down.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Burks with it. Robinson picks him up. One-on-one fast break. Here's Ntilikina. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
You got to respect the speed in transition here. I mean, Ntilikina knows how to get out ahead of the defense and create in the open floor.
And that one's good. Thibault.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Pass to Bullock. Shot from free throw range. Here's Robinson. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points. Robinson's got his third basket of the night. Philadelphia leading by 14. On its way from Burks for 2. Offensive rebound. And it's denied. Chalk up 2 there.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Shot on the wing, and he makes that one. And the 76ers lead by 16. And so it's New York with it. Here's Ntilikina. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Yeah, man, Ntilikina, an impressive athlete. When he's deep inside, he's ready to ram it in. I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
To the paint, and now it's Burks running. He can go all the way.
You know, Horford is really good and selective at when he needs to be aggressive and when he needs to move the ball.
Here's Ntilikina. He's got 8. Passes it to Knox. Now Robinson. Unable to get that one.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Right wing. Here's Knox. His three-pointers off the mark. The 76ers leading by 16. Releases. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Here's Ntilikina. Outside Portis. Misses the 3. And so it's Philadelphia with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Recently, we had a chance to speak with R.J. Barrett about what was a trying first year.
I hate losing, but at the end of the day, it's part of the game. And I feel like you could learn more from a loss than you can from a win. And my teammates have been great. The whole organization has been great. We just, whatever happens, we've kind of been sticking together and going through it all together, so that's been good.
And Barrett, a guy who's accustomed to winning, at least as an amateur grade.
I mean, he won a championship in high school, could have won one in his only year of college. He's going to be a driving force for the organization to get better.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, I agree. That was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling. They're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
On the court for the Knicks, Portis is out there with Knox. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Ntilikina in at the 1. Knicks trail by 21. Here's Ntilikina. Knocks it loose. Portis. Good work there as it goes. Portis has got 8 points.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Burks for 3. A fresh 14 for Philadelphia. Robinson for 3. Ellington grabs the miss. Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Ntilikina. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Last season, during the hiatus, the Knicks did a retrospective of Linsanity. You remember that stretch in 2012. Jeremy Lin took the league by storm. He said he was floored to be recognized in such a fashion. For New Yorkers who are going through so much, it was a chance to reminisce about some pleasant surprises. Guys?
Great, David. Thank you. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for New York. Robinson with the block. That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Philadelphia. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks. Harkless comes in for Kevin Knox. Here's Ntilikina. He's got 10, and good that time.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Burks' shot is good. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
The first free throw is good.
And Ntilikina has a ton of potential, guys. A pass-first point guard with tremendous vision.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Harris comes in for Scott, and Simmons subbed in for Alec Burks. Julius Randle's checked in for the Knicks. Barrett comes in for Wayne Ellington. He's perfect from the line this time. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Milton. And that one goes long.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
The 19-foot shot, Embiid, no good.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Baseline try. Here's Harris. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Harris has got 8 points.
Yeah, you know, Harris is an active player. I mean, he's smooth and he's skilled, but he's also a guy that's got some grit and grind to him as well and gets in there and keeps possessions alive.
And the shot is good.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 3rd assist on the night.
Embiid is a very assertive player, a player who fights the defense on these contact finishes and does so with confidence.
And the shot goes in. 8 points for Julius Randle.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Goes up on the wing. Here's Embiid, and he converts the layup. And the 76ers lead by 18.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Ntilikina passes to Harkless. Here's Ntilikina. Inside. Here's Gibson. Lays it up and banks it in. Gibson's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Ntilikina. 14 points for him. Here's Randle. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
And here is Harkless, still looking for his first bucket in this one. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Boy, the energy, the passion. Gibson plays with a real fire inside, an aggressive dunker.
No good from Simmons. Knicks trail by 14. Now, here's Barrett. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Josh Richardson's checked in for Shake Milton. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Peyton, he's checked in for Frank Ntilikina. Peyton against Simmons. Just 5 on the clock. Poked loose and stolen by Harris. To the inside. Oh, that's blocked.
Well, you can't go up weak against Randle, otherwise he's going to block it.
To the left wing. No one near Peyton as he lets it go. Knocked away. Here's Randle. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Randle's got 12.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Embiid drives in. Knicks trail by 12. You know, Greg, we can all agree that Joel Embiid's a superstar in the league with this play, but you get the feeling he's the most criticized superstar in the league right now as well.
You know, pundits and fans have questioned his fitness, his fit, but at the end of the day, he does get it done, and the numbers speak for themselves. Embiid's an outspoken guy, which can invite a lot of criticism.
Here's Randle. That's good, and it's Peyton with the assist. He's got 14.
Randle's got an unorthodox game, but he's got a good, strong upper body, which makes him a very consistent scorer inside.
Here's Simmons. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
And Embiid throws it down.
Can't allow Embiid to hurt you like that. I mean, he's very gifted at finishing on the drive.
New York calls timeout.
And how about the defensive impact Embiid has on the floor? He's a great rim protector who can swipe an errant pass every so often.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's just so big. He's mammoth. I mean, he's not only tall and long, he's deep, too. He's a thick guy. So he's an excellent rim protector, discourages inside attempts at a high rate, clogs up the paint. That length is a huge asset. And then his foot movement, his agility for a guy of his size is pretty impressive, too.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Korkmaz checked in for Glenn Robinson III, and Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Simmons. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for the Knicks. Richardson, great positioning on the putback.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And so Payton will bring it up for the New York Knicks. They trail by 18. A floater, and he lays it up and in. Payton's got 7.
And you can tell Payton has put a bunch of work into that floater. Getting it off quickly before the defense can react is the key.
Richardson, good.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Bullock with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 4 on the clock. The half-court bomb falls off target. Here's Korkmaz, and it's good off the back rim and in. Knicks trail by 20. Pass to Randall. Over Harris. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Harkless has got his first points of the game.
Yeah, a coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Offensive rebound. Here's Embiid. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Richardson against Payton. Over Richardson. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
But they'll get another chance. And it's in there.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Here's Richardson. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Richardson's got 17 now.
You know, Richardson's offensive game continues to expand and impress. He's a multi-dimensional scorer now.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you play?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
The 76ers making a switch here. Horford's checked in, and a new group in for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Randall. Portis comes in for Maurice Harkless. Knox, he's checked in for R.J. Barrett. And Ellington is subbed in for Payton. New York moving it around. Down low. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
Two very easy points right here.
He'll take those all day long.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Clark, how about the 20th pick back in that 2019 draft? Matisse Thybulle, fantastic defensive specialist who has an evolving offensive presence as well.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. His defense is really outstanding and NBA ready from the day he got into the league. He'll improve on offense. You know that. He'll work at it, and he'll get better. I think he has tremendous instincts on and off the ball. Great length and speed and athleticism. He's a terror defensively.
First one falls for him. That one misses.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Yeah, that's a good observation on your part. Fewer free throw attempts for them this quarter. And the danger is they can't afford to get too comfortable out there because they've got the lead. Otherwise, it might start to get away from them.
Knicks trail by 19. Bullock passes to Portis. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Portis has got 10.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
New York's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Ellington kicks to Bullock. And finished off by Robinson.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounce ability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Here's Ellington. The pass to Portis. Over Harris. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
Knicks trail by 18. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Right side, Portis. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. Philadelphia's gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Korkmaz. Second shot opportunity. Horford with the bucket, getting it done inside. Horford's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Al Horford getting after it, putting that putback back in the bucket.
Inside, here's Knox, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Here's Richardson. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
And so it's Philadelphia, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. It was Josh Richardson who got hot in the first. He ended up with 22 points, 3 assists, and 1 block. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they killed it on the glass, and they did it with high-level fundamentals, blocking out, maintaining position, and going up strong to the basket. If they board like that in the second half, this lead will continue to grow.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
Well, he was putting on a passing clinic in that first half, set up a lot of their makes.
And, you know, that's what delights him most. That's what he takes most pride in. He loves being the chief facilitator.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And what a factor Ben Simmons is on the floor. Does so much for this team in every facet of the game. He's a triple-double threat whenever he suits up.
That's good from Simmons. And sometimes people forget just how young Ben Simmons is, Greg. This is just the beginning for him.
I mean, and that's what fans are missing about Simmons, his age. I mean, you can worry about his shot, but he has a long time to figure it out. He could end up having a Jason Kidd type of a career where he becomes a solid shooter later on.
So he gets them both.
And you rarely see the vision and playmaking of Ben Simmons in someone that size, that you can put him up there with Magic, LeBron, and Penny Hardaway in terms of those taller playmakers.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Greg. I mean, he's unique, really unique and gifted in that regard. And with all great passers, there are a couple of things they do well. One is they see a play or two ahead. They anticipate and throw the ball where it should be going, anticipating that. And the other thing is the timing with which they make their passes. It's usually right at the right time, the opportune time for a teammate to score on the catch.
And the shot goes down. 16 points for Julius Randle.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Often when Embiid has a lane, he looks to throw it down, and he's got great speed for a big fella.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Pass to Barrett. Back to Payton. Rebound by the 76ers.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
For Philadelphia, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
That's good from Richardson.
You know, at this point of his career, Richardson knows his role, understands it, embraces it. He's a 3-and-D guy who gives you great effort at both ends of the court.
Payton finds Randall. Out to Payton. Passes it to Harkless for the 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in this game. From deep, Richardson. It's rebounded by New York. Randall's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Barrett, no good. The 76ers leading by 23. Richardson for 3. Randall grabs the board. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Barrett. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got his 5th assist in this one.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. And that's 12 points for Taj Gibson.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside. Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
To the paint and stolen by Horford. Embiid against Payton. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Tell you what, for a big guy, a bigger guy, Embiid is great at pulling up off the dribble. Excellent ball skills.
Pass to Harkless. Wants to get it to Randall and does. Plays it up off the glass. Randall's got 18 points in the game.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Randall passes to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Payton the bounce pass. Now the pass to Harkless. That 3 off the mark. The 76ers have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. They get it back. Richardson, good.
Richardson showing you the ability to manufacture a shot against good defense there. Well done.
Harkless with it. Embiid's there. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Philadelphia. Scotty's checked in for Horford. Shake Milton comes in for Harris. And it's Burks in for Josh Richardson. And New York with a change here, too. Frank Ntilikina is checked in for Maurice Harkless. And Philadelphia calls time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
To the inside, Ntilikina. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Ntilikina's got 16.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
Just adding to his arsenal. Ntilikina has what it takes to have a huge impact on the offensive end.
The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for New York. Randall down low. Scott's there. Basket counts. Randall's got 20 points.
Forcing his way in is Randall. Hard for the defender to counter his strength.
Here's Simmons, knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for the 76ers. The Knicks also changing it up. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Elfrid Payton. Here's Robinson. Shoots over Bullock, and it's Robinson that time on the assist by Scott. Robinson's got his second bucket of the night.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Barrett, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. For 3, Bullock cans it from downtown.
And, you know, Ntilikina has outstanding height at the point guard spot. He's a big point guard, which really is an advantage in seeing the floor.
Here's Milton. Here's Scott. And he banks in the layup.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And Randall throws it down.
Just another way Randall can beat you. Good hands for the catch and finish at the rim.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Second chance shot, and that one is good. Embiid's got 27 points.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
Pass to Randall. To the middle. Here's Portis, and the layup's good off the glass.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Embiid, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 29.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively, and he's been absolutely relentless.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. And the 76ers call time here.
Fans, the loudest section gets free t-shirts. Let's see who's the loudest.
Philadelphia's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. Burks can't get it to go. New York's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Burks with the steal. Here's Korkmaz, rips down the breakaway slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
They get it again. Scott can't get it to go.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Here's Robinson, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first personal foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on them.
And that one falls for Robinson. And the rim-running Mitchell Robinson, the league leader in field goal percentage, Greg, in his second season.
Maybe the most athletic 7-footer in the game. I mean, his lob finishing sucks in the defense, creating so much space out on the floor for his teammates.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Ntilikina. Robinson hits them both. Philadelphia leading by 23. Embiid drives in. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
Next ball.
Here is Ellington. The dish to Bullock. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bullock's got 5 points in the quarter.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
And it's good, 2 points.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
New York's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And he dunks it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
New York shooting an incredible 64% from the field in this game. Here's Ellington. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
New York shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Ellington hits them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Passes to Robinson. To the paint. And Portis throws it down.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Here's Thibault. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. Thibault's gone 5 of 6 in field goal attempts tonight. Now Ellington. And stolen by Thibault. Here's Scott. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Scott's got 6.
You know, for a big guy, Joel Embiid's floor awareness is pretty impressive. He does a pretty good job of finding open guys.
Outside Robinson. Tipped away and stolen by Scott. Fast break Philadelphia. Fires from the wing. Embiid, no good. New York's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. To the inside, here's Knox. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And Philadelphia calls time here.
I promise to pray for a positive fate. Had the word in your palms, but share the team. When they understand your days, they'll always be nice. We thought the money should, any problems they're not. Like Boris Becker, I want 200 checkers. So if they want to throw our records, it just won't affect us. Take my boys to Mecca. Oh my blessing with my dogs. They try to give me, I bet I get their heaven.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Al Horford, he's checked in for Embiid. Tobias Harris comes in for Mike Scott. And it's Richardson in for Burks. Philadelphia leading by 23. Richardson attacking. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Richardson's got 29.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Ellington dishes to Bullock. Here's Knox. He's got 10. Here's Portis. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Thibault. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Thibault's got 13 points. New York shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. Ellington kicks to Bullock. And that one, good. Bullock's got 7 points for the quarter.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
Here's Thibault. Off the left rim and out. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. For 3, Ellington. Shot clock reset for the Knicks. They shoot again. Bullock, good. Bullock's got 9 points now in just the second half. The 76ers leading by 21. Here's Thibault. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Bullock. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And we'll be right back after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Setting the floor for the Knicks, we've got Mitchell Robinson. Wayne Ellington is out there with Elfrid Payton. Then there's Mo Harkless, and it's Knox in at the 4. They double him with Simmons, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Shot clock at 6. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Korkmaz.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And it's sent back by Horford.
Horford doing a nice job that time using his length to get that shot block.
The Knicks making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. New York moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Ellington finds Robinson. That shot off the mark. Now the 76ers take it the other way. That one good for 2.
Well, I tell you what, I love how Horford takes what the defense gives up. He's not forcing anything, not trying to make a play that's not there. Just smart basketball.
Inside, here's Robinson. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got assist number 8 now on the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Pass to Harkless. Gibson up top, guarded by Horford. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Embiid, he's checked in for Korkmaz. And a switcher also for New York. Randall's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Here's Richardson. Randall with some nice D. Knicks trail by 19. Ellington the pass to Payton. Down low, Randall. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Randall's got 10 points here in the second half.
For Randall, another bucket. He continues to expand his offensive game.
Richardson, good.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Payton dishes to Harkless. Wants to get it to Ellington and does. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And, you know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Here's Simmons. Here's Horford. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's what you call veteran court awareness right there by Horford. Got himself in good position for that rebound.
Barrett checked in for the Knicks.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Here's Randall. Rebound by the 76ers. And it's Simmons penetrating. And Simmons slams it in.
Simmons putting his outstanding athleticism to use on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who knows exactly how to carve up the defense.
Payton kicks to Harkless. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Back to Payton. This one for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Richardson attacking, and they pick up 2. Richardson's got 33 points.
Tenacious on the take. Richardson effective at driving to the basket and converting through tough defense.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Simmons passes to Harris. And the basket is good.
You got to recognize Simmons is a pass-first guy, which is why you can't leave somebody open around him.
Harkless on the wing. Shoots the 3. And Embiid pulls it down. For Philadelphia, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Harris's shot is off. Knicks have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9. The pass to Harkless. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
Boy, supported by great vertical explosiveness, Embiid continues to dominate as a rim protector.
Simmons against Payton.
Good challenge that time by Embiid, using all that length quite well.
No good from Payton. A 3 from Simmons. It's rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got his 4th rebound in this one. Payton finds Randall. Rejected by Harris. And so Horford will bring it up for Philadelphia. From deep three-point range, they get the rebound. Three-pointer by Embiid. It's rebounded by New York. Barrett's got his 5th rebound in this one.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
They get a hand on it. Harris with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Takes a 3. Out to Harris. From outside the arc. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
New York's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Payton passes to Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
Timeout called the 76ers.
Okay, Philadelphia, let's give a hand to your own Sixers dancers.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And then for New York, Dotson's checked in for Julius Randle. Ntilikina comes in for R.J. Barrett. And it's Dennis Smith in for Payton. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Neto's got his first basket. For New York, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. And here's Smith. And it's Smith finishing it off.
Can't let Smith have these opportunities. You deserve to get punched on when you give him a lane like that. You know better than that.
The shot's good from O'Quinn. For New York, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Here's Gibson. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
Yeah, you know, this is the totality of Gibson's game. I mean, he's a guy who takes on everybody when he's looking to score.
Milton's shot is good. Now, here is Smith. Pass to Dotson. Smith against Robinson. Back to Dotson. Fires from deep. But they get it back.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
A different look for New York. Bobby Portis is checked in for Gibson. And Kevin Knox is subbed in for Harkless. Out to the right wing. Ntilikina kicks to Portis. From outside, off the mark.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Philadelphia's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Scott, good.
Boy, he's been a different player here in the second half, looking much more comfortable on the offensive end.
Smith outside. Inside. And the basket by Knox.
Can't leave anybody open around Smith. I mean, he finds them quickly. Love his court awareness.
Scott, and it's Scott with the jam.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time.
Yeah, I like the variety, though. Nice to switch it up. Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Smith with it. Passes it to Knox. Just 5 to shoot. The high post shot. Here's Portis, and Portis throws it down.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
At the line for your 76ers, Mike Scott. 2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Scott. And the 76ers making a change here. Burks is checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Knox. Scott hits them both. Now Smith. Pass to Portis. Here's Dotson, guarded by Robinson.
Mike Scott. That's his 3rd personal foul. Shooting for New York, Damian Dotson. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. So it's Philadelphia now. Here's Burks. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Dotson. Trains the three-pointer.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Here's Scott. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Scott's got 8 points here in this quarter. New York's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Dotson kicks to Ntilikina. And the pass to Smith. Some nice passing by New York here. Robinson misses.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's O'Quinn, and again, it's Philadelphia.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the 76ers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Joel Embiid.
Yeah, and he was aggressive rebounding the ball tonight. I think his aggressiveness on the glass helped set the tone.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
The Knicks shooting has been just great in the fourth quarter, 54%. Here's Dotson, defended by Scott. Here's Portis, plays it up and banks it in. Portis has got 14 points now in the second half.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
Neto can't get it to go.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
And the 76ers call time here. They lead by 22. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game, Joel Embiid.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Here's Burks. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Deflects the pass, and stolen by Portis. And it's Smith penetrating, banked in off the glass.
Smith showing outstanding concentration on these hard shots, even as he's getting hit.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Count it.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Smith the pass to Portis. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.